Here we are again with another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing another adhesive test, continuing from last time. And in this test, what I did was I sanded the backs and coated it with primer of the aluminum bars, square tubes that failed last time. And so as you can see, I can show a little close-up here how the glue didn't stick at all to the back of the aluminum. And on this one it did, so you can see it stuck to this one, and the glue failed. The glue ripped in half of the glue. So, and you can see in most of the other ones, the glue actually just peeled off of the aluminum, but they did stay on the piece of sheet metal that was cut away from the window of the van. So in this test, I'm going to be running these 4 adhesives. What I did was I laid a layer of primer like this on the sheet metal and on the back of, well, actually I sanded and then primered the back of the aluminums that are up here. So both sides primered. So now I'm hoping to see the test hold much more weight than before, since it should have a really strong bond on the back of the aluminum. And I'm going to go ahead and hook up the weight scale and see which each one of these does. So now that the tests are complete, I'm just going to show a close-up of what actually happened to the aluminum and the actual glue. So I'm going to go in order of the test. The liquid nails, fuse it, all surface. You can see that the glue did bond and stayed onto the aluminum. So the glue failed. So you can see there's still glue on the back of this, and there's glue here that stuck to the sheet metal. But you can see a little bit right here. It didn't fully dry all the way, right there and right here. It's still, I mean, it's not wet, but it's not fully cured yet. But most of it cured, maybe a little bit here, but you can see that the glue failed. And so moving on to the second test, the Sikaflex P2G, you can see that the adhesive didn't really bond well to the primer. So it pretty much just pulled off. So that's why in this video, it didn't hold as much as the first. Well, I have to go and double check, but I'll throw the numbers up from the first and on this one. But yeah, this could hold a lot more if that adhesive would have bonded to the actual aluminum like it did on the liquid nails. So if I were to run this one more time, I would not use the primer and just sand, go bare metal for the Sikaflex. And then I bet it would hold a lot more than what it did. Third, we tested the 3M 5200 Marine. And you can see that the glue did bond to the primer that was painted on there. I can feel it here. And it did stay on the sheet metal, so the glue did fail. So this was a good bond here. And it did hold a lot more than the first test. And then the last, but not least, the 3M 8693 urethane adhesive. And I didn't have enough weight trying to get this to pull off, so it's still on there. So on this test, since it got a good bond, this beat all the other ones out. So just like before, all I did was I sanded the aluminum, painted a layer of the primer, and glued it down. And as you can see, the glue didn't fail, didn't shear apart. So there's three winners here. The Marine adhesive, that's got to go. For van floor, you want probably the stronger. So this concludes part 2 of the adhesives test. Just to wrap it up, the Sikaflex, don't primer the aluminum, just sand it bare and glue straight down. And this would hold a lot more. For the Fuse it bonds pretty well to the primer and bare aluminum. Yeah, I guess you couldn't go wrong with this, and it held decent weight. And then last, the 3M 8693, which I couldn't get to pull off or get the glue to fail. So the 8693 bonds really good to this 3M single step primer with it painted onto the aluminum like this. So you can see it's smooth, and that glue just came one with this. So there we go. So you know, any of these three would work for your van floor. Just prep correctly and you shouldn't have any issues.